Marshmallow. Fame and glory. Fame and glory. Fame and glory. Fame and glory. Not too fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Please be seated. Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckel, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Rosemary Bell Antoine, other distinguished members of the Platform Party, Valedictorian Mr. Joseph Patty, members of the private and public sectors, faculty and staff of the UWI St. Augustine campus, specially invited guests, graduating class of 2025, friends, families, and well-wishers, members of the media, good morning all. Good morning, graduates. Good morning to your families, your lecturers, your mentors, and all who have walked this journey with you. Today we gather not merely to mark the end of an academic chapter, but to celebrate the beginning of a new Caribbean story, one that you, the graduates of 2025, are uniquely positioned to assist in crafting. You did not arrive here by accident. You arrived through sacrifice, through resilience, through nights of study and days of doubt, through balancing, in some cases, work and school, family and ambition, hardship and hope. You arrived through hurricanes, both literal and metaphorical. You arrived through the pandemic's lingering shadows, through economic uncertainty, through the quiet battles that no one saw, but you endured nonetheless. Class of 2025, you have not only completed your course of study, you have also grown. Intellectually, emotionally, socially, you represent the best of our region. And your growth does not stop here. Your journey continues, not just academically, but as leaders in your communities and as guardians of our shared future. You are graduating into a global environment increasingly shaped by national self-interest, where the idea of a shared responsibility for the prosperity of mankind is fading, where the preservation of our way of life for all is no longer guaranteed, where climate change, inequality, and conflict threaten the very fabric of our collective future. And yet, here you are, standing tall, ready. As graduates of the University of the West Indies, you stand on a solid foundation. You've been equipped with knowledge, perspective, and the ability to think critically. In addition, you've inherited a legacy of decades of Caribbean leadership in many important areas. In climate justice, where small island states have led the global call for action and accountability, where from Barbados to Bahamas, our leaders are demanding climate justice, not just for ourselves, but for vulnerable nations everywhere. In social equity, where Caribbean leaders, thinkers, artists, and activists continue to challenge inequality and colonial legacies and systemic bias, where our voices shape the conversation on reparations, demanding equity and human dignity. In sports, where our athletes have shown the world that excellence knows no borders and what heart and discipline can achieve, where for decades our cricketers dominated world pitches with their skills and professionalism. And yet, this level of leadership and more are required now. In this still evolving new environment, you are not just graduates, you are builders, you are architects. You are the designers of a Caribbean that refuses to be defined by size, by limitation, or by the outdated assumptions of others. You are part of the generation that must reset the agenda. You must chart a path to a more enlightened future, one that values cooperation over competition, one that sees diversity not as a challenge, but as a strength, one that understands that the Caribbean voice is not a whisper, it is a force. In this emerging environment, you are not just graduates, you're the architects of Caribbean possibility. Class of 2025, you are the generation that understands that knowledge is borderless, that technology is a great equalizer, that size is no longer an insurmountable limiting factor, that a small island can produce world-class innovation. At a village in Antigua, a district in Jamaica, a parish in Barbados, a town in Trinidad can be the birthplace of global solutions. You are the generation that knows that excellence is not imported, it is cultivated, it is homegrown, it is Caribbean. And so today, I invite you to see yourselves not just as graduates of a university or university, but as stewards of our region, as custodians of a rich legacy, as the ones who will shape the economies, the institutions, and the values of a Caribbean that is ready to rise. Let us be clear. The Caribbean has long been underestimated. We have been told we are too small to matter, too fragmented to lead, too dependent to thrive, but you know better. You know that our size is not a weakness, it is our strength. It allows us to be agile, to be bold, to be united in purpose. You know that our diversity is not a barrier, it is a treasure. It gives us perspective, creativity, and resilience. You know that our history is not a way, it is a foundation. It reminds us of what we have overcome and what we are capable of. So let us respond by being an example that others can scarce ignore. Let us build systems that work. Let us foster cultures of integrity, innovation, and inclusion. Let us show the world what Caribbean excellence truly looks like. And even then, the future will not be given to us, it must be claimed. So class of 2025, go claim it. Claim it with your ideas, with your startups, with your research, with your art, with your activism, with your leadership in boardrooms, in classrooms, in parliaments, in communities. Claim it by refusing to accept mediocrity, by demanding transparency, by building institutions that serve the people, not just the powerful. Claim it by embracing technology, not as a tool of consumption, but as a platform for creation. Use it to solve problems, to connect markets, to educate minds, to amplify Caribbean voices across the globe. Claim it by investing in knowledge, not just degrees, but wisdom, not just credentials, but character. Claim it by remembering that the Caribbean is not just a place, it is a promise of warmth, of brilliance, of possibilities. Class of 2025, you are the guardians of that promise. You are the ones with the knowledge, creativity, and understanding to make a difference. The ones who can take our economies from extraction to innovation, from vulnerability to resilience, from imitation to leadership. You're the ones that can show that our region is not peripheral, but pivotal. You're the ones that can remind the world that when the Caribbean dreams, it dreams in color, in rhythm, in brilliance, in courage. And so as you step forward today, I ask you to carry 3 things with you. First, carry your story. Never forget where you came from, whether you grew up in a fishing village or a bustling city, whether you were raised by one parent or many, whether you face hardship or privilege, your story matters. It is your compass, it is your power. Second, carry your responsibility. You are not just individuals, you're part of a collective, a Caribbean collective that needs your voice, your vision, your integrity. So lead with humility, serve with purpose, build with others. And third, carry your hope. The world will test you. It will challenge your ideals. It will tempt you to settle. But do not lose your hope. It is your fuel. It is your fire. It is the light that will guide you when the path is unclear. Graduates of 2025, you are ready. You're ready to build economies that are inclusive, sustainable, and bold. You're ready to challenge the status quo. You're ready to lead not just with intellect, but with heart. You're ready to show the world what the Caribbean can do. So I urge you, go forward, go proudly, go purposefully, and above all, never forget, you are UWI, you are Caribbean, you are unstoppable. Congratulations to the class of 2025. The future is yours to shape. We are met today in order that we may mark by a formal ceremony the entry of certain of our members into the company of graduates and achievement of others. As a university, we are an academic society of undergraduates, bachelors, masters, and doctors, and we follow the academic tradition in the pursuit of knowledge and the encouragement of learning, purposes which are laid down in the preamble to the Royal Charter, by which we have been granted the powers needful for the prosecution of our affairs. In pursuing these aims, our members advance from time to time to a higher standing in the academic community, and it is proper that as a body, we should celebrate their achievement. It is marked by the granting of a degree or diploma or license or certificate, and we rejoice with our graduates on their achievement. Good morning, and again, thank you very much. I am back. We will now have a performance by Stephanie Carrington, who is a recent graduate in musical arts at the Department of Creative and Festival Arts at the UWI. This morning, she sings My Days from the musical The Notebook.
Where am I? Where am I going? Is it somewhere that I want to go? And when I get there, is that where happy is? Or is it somewhere I already know? Sometimes I feel like I cry without a noise. Sometimes I feel like somebody chose my choice. I have to run away. I have to sit and stay. I want to live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spent my days. I can feel something growing. It is small, but it's shifting the ground. When I was younger, I could hear it, but it's back. it's my sound. Sometimes I feel like I lost my only voice, but then I realize only I can choose my choice. I have to run away. I have to sit and stay. I want to live a life where I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of the way that I spent my days. These days, all we ever really get are days to dream and days to lose. I just need to choose my time. I have to run away. I have to stay. I'm gonna live a life where I'm allowed to say that I followed my joy, I followed my heart. I lived this one wild life, I ripped it apart. I pushed through the corners with no apologies. And finally I can say, I know the way. I'd say that I love the way that I spent my days.
Sir, the persons whose names will be called studied at the University of West Indies, and having fulfilled the requirements of the University of West Indies, beg leave to be presented to you and to the Senate of the University by the representatives of their respective faculties as Bachelor of Science or holders of diplomas or certificates of the University of the West Indies. Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Science and Technology, Professor Adesh Rabshabag.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive as graduate members of our society these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer first degrees of this university.
Maya Abbott. Gabrielle Celeste Sarah Abdul. Victoria Acevedo. Sharzad Akbar Ali. Kwan Afun. Alexia Egad. Sajida Al-Razi. Jarell Alexander. Ariana Ali. Isa Ali. Jihan Ali. Sir, with first class honors, Carissa Ali. Sir, with first class honors, Samir Ali. Bibi Ali. Skylar Amarales. Asabi Amidi. Rochelle Andres. Brianna Antoine. Jaylene Armstrong. Joachim Baksh. Carissa Balgobin. Javed Balgobin. Simeon Balkaran. Sir, with first class honors, Kamaran Balkisun. Telen Balkisun. Sir, with first class honors, Jason Balrup. Sean Bancroft. Gervais Baptiste. Shanice Baptiste. Tamara Baptiste. Chanel Bihari. Michael Benassia. Sir, with first class honors, Andre Benjamin. Sakira Berasa. Brianna Berju. Sir, with first class honors, Aliyah Blackman. Kesia Blake. Kristen Burai. Amisha Budu. Sir, with first class honors, Anika Budu Singh. Avani Budu Singh. Vikash Budram. Micah Brereton. Sir, with first class honors, Terrell Briggs. Terrell Brong. Elon Bullard. Sir, with first class honors, Jahim Caesar. Sir, with first class honors, Justin Caesar. Aliyah Caribou. Shanice Castillo. Janicia Chablal. Sir, with first class honors, Felicia Chan. Lillian Charles. Michael Charles. Kimberly Christopher. Kadisha Clark. Nathaniel Collins. Treasure Constantine. Jordan Kotu. Hannah Craigwell. Abhishek Dan. Delia Daniel. Matthew Daniel. Aaron Das. Sir, with first class honors, Ryan Das. Kersha Davis. Victoria Davis. Sir, with first class honors, Jared Defoe. Caris DeGale. Shahan De Silva. Sir, with first class honors, Justin D'Souza. Gabrielle De Jong. Carissa Deonarain. Fahim Deusaran. Nitya Dhanraj. Kimberly Dick. Shay Dickinson. Naomi Dukaran. Sashi Dukaran. Nila Dos Santos. Jesh Daulat. Diana Duncan. Jessica Durga. Shian Dwarika. Ejel Diet. Jaheem Edwards. Chanel Edwards. Sir, with first class honors, Zane Edwards. Jadon Felix. Nikolai Felix. Rian Fonset. Christina Foster. Adrian Frection. Destiny Freeman. Antonio Frontin. Alia Gafour. Nikolai Ganga. So, with first class honors, Giovanni Gangadin. Michelle Gayapasad. Torren George. Dijon Gangu. Christophe Gittens. So, with first class honors, Kimaya Gobin. Shaquille Goddard. Cherise Gonzalez. Wesley Gurachan. Darion Gopal Singh. Levana Gopi. Fayad Gosain. Avkash Gosain. Shanicia Graham. So, with first class honors, Anton Greenwich. Zakia Griffith. Shakim Guy. Riyad Hanif. Vedanand Hargobin. Shane Haricharan. Daniel Harinarayan. Isaiah Haynes. Donovan Hepburn. Tamia Hercules. Brian Hodge. Kyla Holder. So, with first class honors, Maya Honorary. Zofir Hussain. Jabari Huston. Kiara Hutchinson. Nkosi Hudson. Still, with first class honors, Xavier Jackson. Namrata Jagannath. Alicia Jagannath. Ethan Jagannath. So, with first class honors, Romario Jagroup. Justin Jaikaran. So, with first class honors, Tamia Jameson. Marina Janaya. Joshua Jadim. Anthony Jawahir. Aaron John. Tia John. So, with first class honors, Adam Joseph. Chelsea Ari Joseph. Jenner Joseph. Jonathan Joseph. Kailash Joseph. Matthew Joseph. Isaiah Jules. Christine Kanhai. So, with first class honors, Chrissy Karapan. Samira Karim. Sabrina Kasi. Michelle Kedan. Mark Khan. Saeed Khan. Samia Khan. Tahia Khan. Darius Kruja. Shania Lachi. Priya Lakhan. Cameron Lakpat. Lishon Leacock. So, with first class honors, Talia Lamorel. Tai Lee. Brendan Lee Ying. Nia Legerton. Mark Leslie. Dejon Lewis. Elijah Lewis. Nickel Lewis. Zara Lee Lewis. Aliza Lezama. Sir, with first class honors, Dimitri Lezama. Dominique Lezama. Shakia Lizama. Sir, with first class honors, Ashley Lochan. Sydney Lopez. Luke Lachman. Christopher Mahadev. Divi Mahadev. Chaure Maharaj. Casey Maharaj. Navindra Maharaj. Rihanna Maharaj. Shivani Maharaj. Varun Manbod. Sir, with first class honors, Adam Manna. Anari Manwa. Anaya Manwa. Rose Maraj. Sir, with first class honors, Shania Maharaj. Sheila Marchand. Jada Marshall. Clavette Matheson. Sasha Matai. John Matthew. Shanice Mondi. Joanessa McKenna. Nicolette McCarthy. Ethan Miller. Abigail Mohammed. Adil Mohammed. Aidan Mohammed. Alicia Mohammed. Celine Mohammed. Emma Mohammed. Nazir Mohammed. Serve with first class honors, Sadia Mohammed. Sorav Mohammed. Zura Mohammed. Ravina Mohan. Serve with first class honors, Natalia Monsigi. Jarrod Moore. Vandana Morris. Priyanka Motilal. Serve with first class honors, Isabel Monroe. Emma Muradali. Sarita Nagesa. Aidan Nagar. Jonathan Nandral. Mercedes Nathaniel. Maya Neptune. Janae Nicholas. Akash Nimchan. Darion Nobby. Nicholas Olivier. Alia Ori. Katoya Otley. Isaiah Oxley. Mikel Palmer. Elena Panchu. Dylan Parmana. Kristen Paul. Latoya Paul. Bernard Payne. Jovel Pereira. Amir Pasad. Shabana Pasad. Shivani Pasad Maharaj. Joshua Peters. Adriel Philip. Roak Philip. Emily Phillips. Jaya Palido. Vance Ragbir Singh. So, with four first-class honors, Jordan Ramai. Karina Ramesa. Alexi Rambarus. Sir, with first class honors, Joel Ramchandar. Rajiv Ramcharan. Brandon Ramcharita. Caleb Ramdat. Emily Ramdev. Sir, with first class honors, Selina Ramdev. Thomas Ramdev. Amar Ramesa. Anusha Ramjatan. Aliyah Ramjon. Rizana Ramjon. Sir, with first class honors, Larissa Ramkesoon. Jalesh Ramkilawan. Tia Ramkisoon. Tiffany Ramkisoon. Ariane Ramlagan. Anuradha Ramlakhan. Anne-Marie Ramlochan. Akash Ramlogan. Avani Ramnarayan. Alek Ramnath. So, with first class honors, Brandon Ramnath. Shireen Ramnath. Sumati Ramota. Joshua Rampal. David Rampasad. Caitlin Ramphal. Rihanna Ramphal. Akash Ramrup. Shanda Ramrup. Gabriel Ramsarup. Karina Ramsarup. Javed Ramsaran. Ronel Ramtahal. So, with first class honors, Nival Ratan. Marianne Riez. So, with first class honors, Christopher Rippler. Ruel Roberts. Sarah Ross. Rinia Ryan. Danara Sahadev. Gabriel Sidewan. Andrew Salek. Janil Samaru. Kyle Samlal. Sir, with first class honors, Brianna Sampson. Sir Makion Sandy. Jason Sanka. Andrea Sarwan. Trey Scott. Safia Seeley. So, with first class honors, Amelia Simangal. Varsha Sipasad. Gabriela Shah. So, with first class honors, Ariana Sharda Pasad. Kenwen Simon. Tia Singh. Arti Jessica Serju. Tia Marie Small. Kiran Sohan. Ethan Suku. Rihanna Suku. Celine Suknanan. Pranav Sundar. Zayn Spencer. Gabriel Stewart. Shivani Supasad. Kasim Taylor. Paul Taylor. Nikhil Teasdale. Aidan Thomas. Karima Thomas. Sydney Thomas. Zidane Timothy. Chelsea Tompak. Sir, with first class honors, Kadisha Udit. Deepti Balacheri. Mark Vitalis. Ilori Waith. Gareth Walker. Lashane Wallace. Therese Walters. Ayel Welsh Smith. Isaiah Wheeler. Amanda Williams. Emily Williams. Shania Williams. Tamaya Williams. Christian Wright. Sir, with first class honors, Daniel Young. Jacob Young Kasim. Kyle Young Lai. Kelsey Brown. Sir, with first class honors, Aliyah Barkley. Sir, with first class honors, Jonathan Swamba. Sir, with first class honors, Zakaria Hussein. Sir, with first class honors, Kalon Coltrust. Ronaldo Walker. Sanjay Bispat. Anderson Singh. Kenan Gopi. Alexander Frederick. Sarah Henderson. Ariel Welsh. Melody Makan. Karishma James. Stevie Haripasad Singh. Vishala Budram. Ishmael Jupiter. Sir, with first class honors, Mark Katwaru. Brandon Chandu. Sir, with first class honors, Lorenzo Gold Davies. Amara Jaikaran. Matthew Phillips. April Edwards. Shakira Harold. Brandon Hiralal. Monique Brito. Salim Wahid. Aniz Wahid. Justin Serju. Genesis Bethelmy. Jaden Christmas. Kezia Alain. Tiffany Matura. Zainab Alaham. Kiara Reese. Aliyah Webb. Tiffany Panchum. Naomi Peterson.
Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Food and Agriculture, Professor Mark Woodevira.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive as graduate members of our society these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of the Bachelor of Science or have been awarded diplomas or certificates of this university.
And confer first degrees, diplomas, and certificates of this university.
Bachelors of Science, Shakir Ali. Sir, with first-class honors, Victoria Allen. Leanne Andrews. Alia Ayers. Sir, with first-class honors, Shiveta Bechan. Nasira Baksh. Kristen Bompat. Naomi Boxell. Zara Bruce. Kim Calix. Adriel Clark. Kai Cummings. Sir, with first-class honors, Priscilla Dadul. Cindy Daniel. Ayana Dansika. Muhammad Elahi. Maurice Jelani Etienne. Maya Gill. Chelsea Granderson. Christian Guerra. Dominic Harrington. Liana Hari. Rashad Haynes. Sir, with first-class honors, Akil Henry. Riaz Hussain. Amari Huggins. Amy Jackman. Ariana Jahur. Shania Jaimunga. Sir, with first-class honors, Mercedes Jervis. Jamila Joseph. Justin Lalman. Christy Lejeune. Sir, with first-class honors, Diane Mahabir. Roshni Mangru. Angelica Mathura. Shania Mackenzie. Kyle Mackenzie. Francisca McLean. Jonathan Mayer. Fazil Mohammed. Jamal Mohammed. Kiana Nelson. Matthias Noel. Sir, with first-class honors, Joseph Patty. Javish Paul. Rebecca Pike. Rihanna Ramdas. Viyash Ramdas. Chelsea Ramdwa. Real Ramharak. Shada Ramjatan. Ryan Ramlochan. Nishka Ramnarayan. Jessica Ramutar, Alina Reyes, Mario Remy, Zeska Robinson, Majesty Rodriguez, Ethan Rupchan, Sarita Samlal, Tarishma Samlal, Lorenzo Sami, Ashley Seeley, Jasani Shimkong Gonzalez, Sierra Snacks, Christiana Stroud, Shanice Taylor, Shanique Thomas, Sumaya Thompson, Denique Tidd, Cherim Wilson, Fazil Mohammed, Akisha Hercules, Jada Harrison, Adam Luton, Diploma in Agriculture, Alim Ali, Rina Makanu, Diploma in Institutional and Community Dietetics and Nutrition, Shaina Sukram,
I now call on the class valedictorian, Mr. Joseph Anthony Pappy, Bachelor of Science, Geography major, Environmental and Natural Resource Management major, with first-class honors to deliver the valedictory address.
Chancellor, Dr. the Most Honorable Doddridge Miller, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Rosemarie Bellantoine, other distinguished members of the Platform Party, members of the private and public sector, faculty and staff of the UWI St. Augustine campus, specially invited guests, friends, families, well-wishers, members of the media, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Take a moment to look around you and let it sink in. What you see surrounding you is a testament to perseverance, self-sacrifice, hard work, and sleepless nights, but in totality and very much in reality, a desire to succeed. In Trinidad and Tobago, approximately 10.1% of the population holds a bachelor's degree or higher, an alarming but instructive statistic. We are now a part of that very same percentile, a unique group preparing to enter a world that is ill-prepared for us. However, as the past 3 or 4 years have taught us, it is our responsibility to pave a pathway to our own success. We have been granted the opportunity to develop our knowledge so that we may embrace it and develop the world in turn. The opportunity to raise that statistic higher and build a better community. I'm sure we can all agree that this journey has in no way been easy. Exiting a pandemic that shattered the normalcy of teaching and learning while trying to navigate the organized chaos that is university life and actually making it to this moment is an achievement that deserves celebration. The challenges have been varied and led to experiences that we can all treasure. For example, from navigating exceptionally advanced course material to navigating how to tell your lecturer that my Wi-Fi dropped at 11:59 p.m. From figuring out your way around campus in year 1, establishing core friendships in year 2, to seeing every final year's 2 least favorite words group assignment. These memories are the memories that allow us to cross this stage with more than a scroll on a piece of paper. One thing I have learned, and it is advice that I will always share, is to embrace all opportunities that come your way and immerse yourself to the fullest. My time here, outside of academics, has been immensely rewarding. Serving on the Guild and its subcommittees for 3 years, being involved in clubs, working with the DSSD and being Pelly the Pelican, and yes, I was Pelly the Pelican, has allowed me the chance to fully experience university life and open avenues that I would have never anticipated. Graduating class of 2025, we exist as an impactful force that is not to be downplayed nor ignored. We are not merely the upcoming workforce in society, but rather we are the product of 2 faculties that will be the future facilitators of formulating fact from fiction. We are not just graduates of the Faculty of Science and Technology. We are the future biotechnologists, chemists, and physicists who are tasked with solving the critical problems of a developing society. We are the future analysts, programmers, and coders who will shape the technological direction of the future and embed humanity into artificial intelligence. We are the future actuaries and mathematicians that must make sense of data not yet explored. In a world where climate change, mismanaged resources, and biodiversity loss peaks at the points of crisis, we are not just graduates of the Faculty of Food and Agriculture. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we are the graduates of the only Faculty of Food and Agriculture across the entire Louis landscape. A group of strong, intelligent, resourceful, and now more than ever dangerously essential persons that are 100 times more than just farmers. We are the upcoming agribusiness experts and policymakers that must figure out how to boost the critically underdeveloped natural industries to ensure sustainable yet productive development. The future dietitians and soil scientists that will combat the issues of food security and wastage to reduce import bills and bring up a healthy population. We are the future climatologists, first responders, and urban planners that will build and influence the development of littoral cities and address the growing concerns of climate change and sustainability to protect a world for others to succeed in. This graduating cohort of FFA are the ones driving society by placing roots in the soil, knowledge on the plate, and success in the pocket. And that is more than farming to me. Shakespeare once said that all the world's a stage and all men and women merely players. But on this world stage graduating class of 2025, we see the need more than ever for cooperation, kindness, and humility. Diplomatic fallouts, greed, and arrogance are at their strongest, and we as a region are particularly vulnerable to the adverse effects of targeted globalism. Humanitarianism has been overshadowed by media coverage of worldwide negativity. And as graduates of the UWI, it is our duty to serve a world that is in dire need of positivity. Even as we celebrate, let us never overlook the sacrifices made by those who stood behind us. To my mother, who single-handedly devoted much of her life to raising her 2 sons, and to all the parents and loved ones in the audience, I offer my gratitude. Your unwavering support has been the foundation beneath our success, and without it, many of us would not have crossed this stage. Looking out, the future may seem daunting, even more so because for the last few years, we have existed in our own little safe haven. Let us not be afraid to question the norm. Let us continue to adapt, excel, and transform our industries with bold ideas. Let us celebrate being creative in our self-expression, but most importantly, let us keep striving to change a society that does not allow equal opportunity for all to succeed. We remember Jaden Lalchan, Mariah Sinath, Akil Chambers, Samantha Chady, Jamal Modest, and so many other young persons who will never get the opportunity to cross the stage as we did today, all because of a failing societal system. Let us go forward with both the desire and the skills to turn memorials into celebrations, obituaries into autobiographies, and setbacks into opportunity. From data to DNA, from seed to satellite, we carry with us the ability to shape the very same spaces from which we came. And the things we plan from this point onwards will become the harvest of the future. And though we leave this ceremony today as individuals celebrating our own achievements, let it be known that we are no longer walking the path that the world has paved for us, but paving new paths for the world to walk on. And together, graduating class of 2025, we can make it happen. Congratulations, and I thank you.
Sir, I now call on Professor Durasamy Sarvanakumar, Director, School for Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of high degrees and postgraduate diplomas.
So, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been awarded postgraduate diplomas or have been admitted to master's degrees, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called postgraduate diplomas and master's degrees of this university and recognize their advancement in our society.
So, from the Faculty of Food and Agriculture, for postgraduate diploma in Climate Resilient Agricultural Extension for Community Development, I present Martin Antoine with merit. Adasha Joe. With merit, Lidona Mark. So, with distinction, Liania Price. So, with distinction, Lisa Walker. So, from the Faculty of Science and Technology for postgraduate diploma in Occupational and Environmental Safety and Health, I present Kevin Rollins with distinction. With merit, Keone Wallace. So, from the Faculty of Food and Agriculture for Master of Science in Agricultural Economics, I present Michael Nanan. So, for Master of Science in Agri-Food Safety and Quality Assurance, I present Romario Harris with distinction. Hilshaw Armstrong Alexander. So, with distinction, Oluchaku Ekwe. With merit, Marcel Joseph. With merit, Onika Pacheco. So, for Master of Science in Food Security, I present Mercedes Orsher with merit. Adriel Choi with merit. Kobe Gill. So, with distinction, Govin Reed. With merit, Sarita Singh. So, with distinction, Yashoda Singh. With merit, Tenil Skeet. So, for Master of Science in Tropical Crop Protection, I present Daniel Narayan Singh with merit. With merit, Jason Ramsaran. So, from the Faculty of Science and Technology of KVL campus for Master of Science in Natural Resource and Environmental Management with Climate Change Specialization, I present Jewel Kottagai with distinction. So, from the Faculty of Science and Technology of Mona campus for Master of Science in Applied Data Science, I present Timia Richards with merit. So, from St. Augustine campus for Master of Science in Biomedical Physics with specialization in Medical Physics, I present Jelis Naidan. So, for Master of Science in Biotechnology, I present Natifa Johnson with distinction. So, with distinction, Taylor Murray Romdeen. Sheromi Williams. So, for Master of Science in Computer Science and Technology with specialization in cloud technologies, I present Joshua Lambert with distinction. So, for Master of Science in Data Science, I present Akil Mohammed with distinction. Malini Rambaran. Ronald Roberts Reed. Oren Sampson with merit. With merit, Vinayak Sharma. So, with distinction, Nicholas Thorne. So, for Master of Science in Mathematics, I present Kimberly Balgovin. So, for Master of Science in Occupational and Environmental Safety and Health, I present Mayuri Dwarka. Rocky Q. Lee. With merit, Neelam Nankishore Manbod. Renal Ramkisoon. So, for Master of Science in Renewable Energy Technology, I present Cassandra Ali with merit. So, with distinction, Reese Chin. So, with distinction, Shena Chin Fong. So, with distinction, Lilandra Dennis. Sachin Dulachan. With merit, Rayon Gilbert. Omar Hussain. Rajiv Kishore. With merit, Enika Little. With merit, Shania Mahabir. With merit, Vishan Maharaj. Greg Manohar. Kefi Pesar. With merit, Kiran Somlal. So, with distinction, Aaron C. Mangal. Rishi Singh. Sir, with distinction, Celeste Zeve Jiban. Sir, for Master of Science in Statistics, I present Karishma Ball with merit. Shivli Govardhan. Sir, with distinction, Kyra Paul. With merit, Nirad Ramlal. Sir, with distinction, Shada Ramlal. Samantha Singh. With merit, Lakisha Marel. With merit, Chanel Vincent. So, from the Faculty of Food and Agriculture, for Master of Philosophy in Human Ecology, I present Vinal Orsher. So, from the Faculty of Science and Technology, for Master of Philosophy in Chemistry, I present Kamisha Richards. So, for Master of Philosophy in Seismology, I present Kafil Reddak.
Sir, I now call on Professor Audrey Henry Lee, Pro Vice Chancellor, Graduate Studies and Research, Chair of the Board of Graduate Studies, to present to you members of our society for the award of Doctor of Philosophy.
So, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and recognize their advancement in our society.
Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Science with high commendation, Augustus Thomas. Title of thesis, Major Diseases of Lettuce and their Management Using Indigenous Biological Agents. The research explored the use of indigenous biological agents as alternatives to chemical pesticides against bacterial soft rot, bacterial leaf spot, and fungal leaf spot of lettuce. The study revealed that a species of indigenous bacteria can significantly suppress the diseases while enhancing growth and crop yield. Supervisor, Prof. Sarah Durasamy Saravakunar. Okay, Doctor of Philosophy in Geography, Saida Ali. Title of thesis, an ecosystem service approach to the sustainable management of ecological sensitive areas. Saida's work addresses one of the most critical challenges facing developing nations: how to make sound environmental decisions in the absence of robust data. Carving out a niche at the intersection of geography, policy, and community-based natural resource management, this work designed a transdisciplinary decision support framework tailored for data-poor communities that are heavily dependent on natural resources. Supervisor, Dr. Junior Darson. Doctor of Philosophy in Human Ecology, Diane Buckmeyer. Title of thesis, Nutrition Care Modeling for Cancer Survivors in Trinidad. The prevalence and incidence of cancer continues to escalate globally. Nutrition care is an internal component of cancer management, from diagnosis to palliative approaches. But the phases at which nutrition care was delivered along the cancer care continuum in Trinidad required investigation to enhance a model of care. The nutrition care model highlighted the gaps in care delivered and provided recommendations for nutrition improvements throughout the cancer care continuum for cancer survivors, caregivers, healthcare professionals, and health institutions. Supervisor, Dr. Isabel Grandison. Doctor of Philosophy in Tropical Crop Protection with high commendation, Marissa Khan. Title of thesis, Standardization and Development of Biocontrol Formulations. Dr. Khan's research led to development of innovative liquid, solid, and slow-release bioformulations such as Biophyte 1.0, using a native bacterial strain. This study addressed key challenges in microbial viability, efficacy, plant growth, and disease suppression. Dr. Khan's pioneering work represents the first locally developed biostimulant and biopesticide in the Caribbean, offering an eco-friendly alternative to chemical pesticides. Supervisor is Professor Durasamy Karavanakumar. And from the Mona campus, Doctor of Philosophy in Marine Sciences, Tremaine Bowman. Title of thesis, Assessing Composition, Mapping Distribution, and Examining Resource Partitioning in the Fish Assemblage of Salt River, Clarendon, Jamaica. This research examined the feeding ecology of the fish community of a brackish water stream and adjacent bay on the south coast of Jamaica. This study gave insight into the ecosystem health and resource utilization of the fish assemblage by the community. This research continues to contribute relevant information toward informed decision-making for the Portland Bight Protected Area, which is the largest marine protected area in Jamaica. Supervisor, Dr. Gail Passad. Darren Augustine, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Title of thesis, Dietary Acrylamide, an exposure risk assessment of a Caribbean population and investigations of solid state interactions with amino acid, particularly methionine. From losing her mom to Hurricane Maria at the start of her graduate degree, from losing her home to Hurricane Maria at the start of her graduate degree to losing her mom a mere 2 months before graduation, Dr. Augustine's journey is a story of perseverance, persistence, and sheer willpower. Equipped with a degree in chemistry with cross-links in physical chemistry, analytical chemistry, and food science, Darren's goal is to make the world a safer place through research of the air we breathe, the foods we eat, and the pharmaceuticals we use. Supervisor, Dr. Grace Ann Bent. Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, Devan Robertson. Thesis title, Predictive Density of Serious Crime Incidents Using a Multi-Input Hidden Markov Maximization and A posteriori model. This model is a novel crime forecasting machine learning one that utilizes a multi-input hidden Markov framework and maximization posteriori decision-making. It predicts crime hotspots, cold spots, and changes in crime levels by analyzing geospatial data, performing classical machine learning and the state-of-art deep learning models. The model demonstrates high accuracy and precision when tested on police data sets from both Trinidad and Tobago and Portland, Oregon, USA. Supervisors are Dr. Isaac Dial Singh and Professor Patrick Hussain. Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, Randy Ramadar Singh. Title of thesis, A Systemic Approach for a Just Energy Transition to Include Renewables in the Hydrocarbon-Rich States, Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Sid's PhD work involved modeling large renewable energy facilities into the country's power generation and found that it was cost-effective, significantly lowered national carbon emissions, and would provide extra income to the state. The extra natural gas, which would be saved, would also be redirected to low-carbon petrochemical manufacturing. The thesis also made a case for including energy justice into a national just energy transition policy. The work led to the selection of the candidate as a lead author of the Assessment Report 7 of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Supervisor, Dr. Ricardo Clark. Okay. Doctor of Philosophy in Plant Science, Kennedy Paul with high commendation. Title of thesis, Bioecological Studies on Aureus insidius, a predator of Thrips palmi, on Solanum melagina in Trinidad. The potential of O. insidius as a natural predatory was evaluated. The findings from these studies represent a significant step towards estimating the predatory capacity and overall fitness of O insidious for controlling T. palmi on eggplant as part of the integrated pest management strategy. Supervisor, Dr. Ayub Khan. Joshua Spires with high commendation. Title of thesis, Endemic Trees of Trinidad and Tobago, Distribution, Conservation, and Vulnerability to Climate Change. This, Dr. Spires studied where red trees grow and how their habitats and physiology are affected by environmental stresses. The supervisors are Dr. Aidan Farrell and Dr. Mine Otham. Doctor of Philosophy in Volcanology, Omari Graham, title of thesis, Communication for Volcanic Emergency Management at the UWI Seismic Research Center. This doctoral research explored science and crisis communication methods used by the UWI Seismic Research Center in the Eastern Caribbean. It focused on stakeholder relationships within early warning systems for volcanoes and highlighted practitioner perspectives on the social and technical dynamics of risk communication, particularly in designing and operating volcano alert systems that support disaster risk reduction and sustainable development. Supervisors, Professor Richard Robertson and Mrs. Stacy Edwards.
I now call on the faculty representative for law, the UWI Alumni Association, Trinidad and Tobago chapter, Ms. Isis Oliver, to lead the graduates in reciting the Alumni Pledge.
Please stand. I will now lead you in reciting the Alumni Pledge, which can be found on page 92 of the booklet. Please repeat after me. As a graduate of the University of the West Indies, I commit myself to uphold the ideals and goals of my alma mater. My conduct and voice shall reflect the commitment to excellence of the light rising from the west. As I fulfill my social and professional responsibilities and serve my community and region, I will strive to further cement the UWI's place as a Caribbean icon, the catalyst for Caribbean development and leadership, it is a legacy that I will proudly help build for future generations. The UWI, first in our hearts and first in our region. Thank you.
I invite everyone to stand as we join in singing the university song, which can be found on page 92 of the booklet.
From Caribbean islands, Guyana and Belize, was born our University of the West Indies, proud symbol of our oneness, our strength in unity. With vision clear, you came along to shape our destiny, to follow after knowledge, the truth to seek and find, to teach us love and justice, to liberate the mind. Today we see you rising, a light out of the west, that guides the feet of all who seek the noblest and the best. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and proud bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. As from your noble portals, your sons and daughters go to face a world of challenges, to conquer every foe. We'll work and play together, and as time marches on, we'll never forget the lesson that the whole are we are one. UWI, we praise you, we lift our voice in song, we let our big drums roll loud and sing and play along. For you have shaped our lives so that we can truly see. To you we owe our gratitude, our debts we can't repay. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and proud bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. This is our University of the West Indies.
Could the class please remain standing as we prepare to capture class photograph? You have officially ended your UWI graduate era, and to commemorate this milestone, we invite you to take up your canisters as we prepare for a unique and symbolic gesture. To our friends and families in the stands, we invite you to get your cameras ready, as this will be a moment to remember. As we come to 3, we ask you to raise your canisters high, turn to your families in the stands and wave to them with all the excitement and pride that you feel in this moment. Our drones and photographers are ready to capture this moment. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, wave. And with this, we conclude your graduation ceremony. Congratulations, class of 25, once again. We invite you to stay connected with UWI on all social media platforms. Follow UWI St. Augustine on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and follow UWI Pelicans on TikTok. And this brings to a close the public ceremony by which the University of the West Indies has signalized the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates to its graduates. The company will now disperse, but not before permitting me to escort any specially invited guests and allowing the procession to leave. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Take me home.